What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Tisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Never in a million years did I imagine myself single at 40. Ladies and gentlemen, the wall is back. Let's get it.
Never in a million years I imagine myself being single in my 40s. Never in a million years I imagine what's gonna be so hard to find some.
How unfortunate. Because from the sound of it, this woman is struggling, right? She says, never in a million years did I ever think I'd be single at 40. I can tell that age has caught up with her. We see that gray hair. And I can tell that in her younger years, she probably had way more options than she does now. But we know what happens, right? That wall comes. But when I look at this woman, I'm starting to wonder why. Because I'll be honest, even in her later years, 40 plus, I'm looking at her, I'm like, you could probably get somebody if you tried. What's the problem? I don't know. Let's find out.
Ladies, here's to the husbands who have won us, the losers who have lost us, and the lucky bastards who have yet to meet us. Cheers.
All right, guys. So I heard some things there that I think were pretty telling, right? We can understand why she's drinking wine instead of coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Well, first of all, that's what modern women do, right? To cope with being alone, to cope with the wall, right? The way that it just, that impact with the wall leads to things like boxed wine, right? Cats, TikTok. TikTok is a big one. That's like a modern woman wall victim starter kit. But let's talk about what she said there. She said, number one, let's give it up to the husbands who won us, right? Interesting word right there. She's using the word won. And using the word won is assuming that she is the prize. So right there, problem number one. Won her. She thinks she's the prize, right? Problem number one. We all know men are the prize. We all know when it comes to marriage, men are the prize. Why? Well, because men hold the key to marriage. You must qualify to be with that man. If you have to qualify for a ring, then who truly is the prize? A mindset switch is obviously due. A lot of women have that problem. Everything is starting to make sense. Next, she says the losers who lost us. So again, implying that she's the prize again. And finally, she says the lucky bastards who are yet to meet us. So with her future partners, which she probably may have, I wouldn't be surprised, she will treat you and view you as lucky to have her instead of understanding that she is lucky to lock down a man of value at 40 plus years old. It don't make sense. I get it now. But wait, and then she posted this.
Demisexual. A person who doesn't experience sexual attraction unless they form a strong emotional connection with someone.
But you can call me Dem.
All right, so this woman says she is a demisexual, which is somebody who doesn't experience sexual attraction unless they form a strong emotional connection with someone. What I think is really interesting about a lot of women out here who claim to be demisexual, and like I've heard this phrase used before, is I just think it's just another way to qualify you before she gives up the cheeks, right? When women get older, they start using these type of things. Oh, I don't sleep around anymore. After letting many men bust my cheeks, I've now realized that I need intellectual stimulation. And I just think that's something women say to qualify you before you start wanting the only thing that most of them have to offer, which is the reason why they're in the position they're at, 40 plus year old with nobody in the first place, is they don't have anything that a man values. They think they're the prize. They're delusional. And so they start setting up these requirements. Oh, you know, I like to get to know somebody first. I need to know that we connect, right? And she's playing with you because the truth is, in her past, do you think she went around claiming this? No. And quite frankly, this is kind of sad. Moving on. All right, I'm going to pause that. It says, I don't get butterflies anymore. And then she's doing the little dance with the clap thing. What does she get? Let's find out. I'm curious. Okay, so, and that's also to back up the whole demisexual thing, is She doesn't feel butterflies anymore. That just means you've realized what life is truly about. It's not about butterflies. And you've realized that life comes down to compatibility. Life comes down to two people willing to work together. It's a give and take situation. You have to be realistic and you have to drink coffee. Get your coffee pod mugs. Guys, they are available. As always, we're going to check out these comments. Let's see what the people have to say about this situation. First comment reads, I'm 19 and I imagine myself like that every day. Laughing emojis. So she imagines herself 40 and single. I mean, just the fact that this landed on my For You page speaks for itself. Can't wait for my 40s. So she actually is okay with her being 40 and lonely. Let's see what the content creator responded to this chick, because she did respond. She says, oh my gosh, girl, you have your whole life to live. Be happy and enjoy. You see, this is the problem, is it like women who are 40 years old and alone, they don't tell the truth. Why? Because they have to wake up every morning and live with themselves. It's a lonely existence, and even more lonely for women because they are the most social creatures. Next comment reads, being a single woman, so powerful. And so being single as a woman, I guess, is a form of empowerment. Now, hilarious. Next comment says, oh, this is a thread. So it starts out with this comment. And this was a response to the last comment I just read, right? This guy responded to the last comment and said, that's so powerful, being alone. 2 likes. The woman responded to him and said, you never have to worry if your man is flirting with others. Parentheses, what I see everyday married men are doing. She goes on to say, never have to worry. Now that's powerful, if you say so. He responded and said, they just sound like you're afraid of life. I'm assuming he meant you just sound like you're afraid of life. Nothing powerful about that. And then he left another comment that read, you clearly don't understand the term power. Laughing emojis from another commenter here. And then we have the last comment here from another man that reads, can you imagine how wonderful and powerful a man feels? All of his peace and resources for himself. Men have longed for that. Yeah, it's interesting, man. It's interesting because this reminds me of that article that talked about how men are the loneliest have ever been. When you as a man decide to live your life alone, you are looked down upon, right? They'll label you as, oh, lonely men, and everybody was talking about that. All the female empowerment women were going crazy. But when a woman decides to embrace being alone, she's not a loner. She's embracing the power of women having the choice to be single. Next comment from another gentleman reads, I'm sure in time you will find someone. You're a beautiful lady with a wonderful sense of humor. This guy gives her some advice and says, maybe you should say to yourself, I'm not single, I'm taken. I'm simply on reserve for the one that deserves my heart. And she responds to him, how lovely. See, this woman has options, right? For her age, she's not too far off, but the options she has, and I guarantee you there are a lot of guys who wouldn't mind being with her, she does not want. What is she going for? The men who she does not qualify for, aka delusion, right? I bet you there's some young guy who she's upset about, who she's dealing with, and I mean some young dude who's handling that, right? And she's expecting him to marry her, and she's wondering what's taking him so long. Not thinking that, you can't provide the guy a family. You can't provide the guy kids. You're getting used. Our final comment here from a gentleman reads, Kevin Samuels tried to warn you guys. 21 likes.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Listen, man, as always, curious to know what you think. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.